we are Ben and MP, and this is Sailing Yabá. This massive schooner needed so much work done that was even considered doomed by many. Luckily, we found this amazing team of traditional Brazilian shipwrights.
These legends have been working their magic throughout this rebuild. So we are finally getting there, and soon the ocean will be our home.
If you would like to read more about us or the boat, or if you want to find out all the different ways that you can support our project, make sure you visit us at our website sailingyabá.com. Okay, let me tell you a secret. You know this clip that you just watched? It took us less than 15 minutes to make. And that's because we used an app called Video Studio, which was just launched by Squarespace. This app makes your life so much easier when you want to promote yourself, promote a product, or promote, in our case, our own website. So it's very easy. You just follow the steps on your own phone, and when you see, you have a clip that looks very professional and very cool. The great thing about having a Squarespace website is that they're always bringing new tools and features that make the whole experience so much cool and so professional. We are very happy to have our website through Squarespace, and you should do it too. So head to squarespace.com/sailingyabá, grab your discount code and create your website today. And you know what else should happen right now? Our episode. So no more talking and let's go.
So as we are now waiting for more wood to arrive for the deck and the columns for the bulwark, the rail on the deck, we're going to start working with, these are two samples, these are actually ones that were cut off to try something out, of the walls of the housing area, the bulkheads, the lateral bulkheads of the housing area. This purple hut is very, very solid and very rot resistant as well, which is another bonus. And we didn't want to use it on the hull because of here in these tropical waters, the shipworms or tornado worms really like this type of wood. So we were told by many people and many shipyards not to use it for the hull. Of course, it would be a bit odd to have a red hull, but anyway, anywhere above deck it's good to use because that's the part where it needs to be very freshwater resistant. And that's why we decided to do this. If we're going to leave it the original wood color with a varnish on top or whatever, we don't know, or if we're going to paint it, but that's going to be what the structural part of our housing area is going to be made of. What's this?
A lathe!
And why are we going to need a lathe?
To make pretty things.
Yeah, to make pretty things for many places on the boat. Why didn't we just use our other, the transporter? Why didn't we use that?
Because it's busy with the engine
Let's
inside.
See. So the reason we couldn't use this yet is we needed to deliver our engine to our mechanic, so we couldn't drive it home and then back here. So what we did is we still have this car and the lathe just about fitted it. So it took us about, we had to go and get it, and it took us a long time to go and get it. But what happened?
We made some very cool footage for you guys.
Aww,
Well, let's not cry. It's a celebration moment.
It's a celebration. That stuff is going very fast.
Yeah.
So let's go up the ladder quickly and have a look. Oh, it kills us, but it is what it is.
So the bad news is we didn't film it for you. But the good news is things happen really fast whether we are here or not.
And technically it's planking, so you just don't have to watch more planking. I won't film your bum, don't worry. What's this?
The first part of our housing area is born! The good news is I think we still need to remove the planks out so we can add a Sikaflex layer in between them and then put them back. So they will show you.
So actually, before putting anything here, like any bulkheads or the purple heart walls that we're going to put, we need to make sure that the height of this is the same as the one on the other side, and that the height of this roof at the, well, by the foremast is the same as here at the pilot house. So it's being measured all along right now, and all these little columns with wedges are going to be hammered in. Ow! It's a splinter. To then make sure the roof is all at the same level before putting the planks in. So now we've got this roof all the way level on both sides, and we know where the roof is going to stay at this height. We now need to put some full columns from the beams all the way down to the frames. Now we can't just put them anywhere because there need to be some windows. There's going to be inside walls or inside bulkheads, so the thinner non-structural walls. And thanks to Bruna, who's our interior designer, we already have an interior project which we need to stick to now. So I have gone over where the center line of the windows will be. We're going to go over that one more time to be sure. And also we're going to make sure that we don't just put a full column all the way down in the middle of, like, for example, I don't know, a head, where a head has to be and hoses have to go. So we need to see that this column, these columns are not going to get in the way of anything inside. Of course, we need to keep in mind it has to be very structural and hold the whole boat together, kinda. But there are also going to be smaller columns going from the beams to the roof beams. The beams I mentioned before, I meant roof beams, but now I meant deck beams to the roof beams. So we're going to get the plan out. We're going to see where the windows have to be and where we can allow ourselves to put full columns from the roof beams all the way down to the hull.
$2,45. 245. Agora, volta lá para cá a medida no sarrafo.
We've got some of these columns made already. There are 3 long ones and we've got 2 short ones, and then another 2 even shorter ones, which we can't use the short ones for what we need it now to go from the frames all the way to the roof beams. But over here we've got some leftovers from the cover board, which has been cut out from what we have on the boat, and we probably can get 5 columns out of this.
na tranqueira.
Vamos de ouvido.
É, tranqueira então. Mais lá. Vai pra lá. Vai pra lá. Aí, assim, baixo lá. Aí. Agora nós vamos marcar ali, ó. Tá vendo?
You probably cannot see from here, but the columns are being built down there in the shed. So you've seen already how planing, sanding and cutting goes, so let's focus over here because this is new for us.
Aí, assim, vai. É.
Aí, cachorro.
Aí, vai.
It is in place now and it fits. The only thing is it has to be really nice in line with what the wall's going to be when we make it. So the wall can be actually put on either side of this column. So it's going to be removed one more time, hopefully. A little adjustment's going to be made to make it tilt a bit more so it's flush with the wall, and then we can put it back in and fasten, well, and paint it and then fasten it.
The time has come. We are going to remove now those planks so we can put them back again with all the Sika flags in between.
UV-proof Sika flags.
UV-proof Sika flags.
We'll write the number here on the screen of the Sika flags.
295 UV.
Is that how it goes?
Yeah. The exciting part is putting it back. Hey Picasso!
Right? Depois eu lixo o resto.
So we are painting, well, Ben is painting only where wood touches wood, so we can keep the purple because I'm really excited about the looks of this wood. So only where wood touches wood.
Ligado, tá ligado vocês dois. Vocês estão ligados vocês dois. Eu estou ligado vocês dois.
Hey!
It's already half a tube for one plank, but we'll see. We'll see if it's way too much, but we can always transfer some to the other ones.
Don't see it coming. estão combinando com o roxinho.
Mais uma, mais uma.
So here on port, they are building the columns, but as we have shown you starboard already, now we're gonna focus on this because this is new.
Faz um laço bom aí. Bem. Bem. Pode tirar? Um pouquinho dela. Tá até metade da escada ali, ó.
Mentira!
Fica mais sério.
He made it halfway. Aww, we don't know how to help you.
Tem que fazer um negócio lá, deixa eu fazer. Fazer um negócio lá. Fazer um negocinho aqui dentro lá.
The little tail. Who would have thought that a column would have that shape? For me, a column is a column, and that has an angle and an angle and an angle and an angle.
É barato.
So now only one more plank needed to close this bulkhead over here, and it is going to be that one that's slightly harder, well, no, not harder, slightly more different, because it's going to have the straight bottom part, but it's going to have the round top part.
Ela tem uma curvinha, por isso, não quer dizer nada. Não importa. Viu, Lelê? Liga, tá? Tá?
So these columns is now 3 on each side. They are in place, fastened against this brassola over here. At least we've drilled the holes already, and we've made the holes for the to countersink the nuts. Now there is one problem. Let's not call it a problem. These are placed strategically where we are going to have walls inside, bulkheads inside. However, the old beams are not in the same. The roof beams are not in the same place as where we want them. So what we're going to do now is, as this only has to be fastened to this and it doesn't matter the distance, we're making some shields, which is like a filling block to put in between here. We're going to make it look as nice as possible because we're going to have these beams exposed. when we've made the interior, so that the screw, well, the threaded bar can go all the way from here through this filling block and out the other side.
Ó. Aqui, pode esquadro. Ó. E as quatro. Não tem que botar lá não, né? Tem.
Now we just have to go and drop off our engine at the mechanic. Is it open all the time? Did you open it? Huh. Acho que dá. Opa.
Tá quase. Uau! Nossa, eu tô de cara, Hélio.
Tem mais pra dentro? Ok? Vamos baixar.
So that was it for today. The mission was just to bring the engine and it's inside and safe, waiting for the next time that we can come back to start working on it.
You like what I did?
Yeah. Are you proud of this little car?
Oh, I'm so proud. I thought it was just a pile of rust with wheels on.
Which it is.
Which it is, but it's a good pile of rust with wheels on.
Okay, bye. Bye, engine. Valeu. Bye, mechanic. Bye. And now it's time to thank and welcome the supporters of the week who joined us on Patron and also who donated to PayPal. So thank you so much. Brian.
Robbie.
Dan.
Mark and Robin.
Tim.
Kevin.
Roger,
Regan,
Jack,
Mike, and Donna.
thank you so